Mr. Rahman Ehan, thank you so much for your time. Good to see both of you. Personally, would have been lovely, but nevertheless, this is great. At least we are getting to interview you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Right. Mr. Rahman, this is, I think, my second virtual interview with you since last year. Are you now a little bit used to this?
This is a new world order now, I think, right?
Right. I don't think there's a choice. Right. But sir, I want to take you back. I was just going through what's written about this movie, that you embark on a journey of a filmmaker now. You produced this, you've written this. I know this was a while ago. My first question is, when a film releases in 2021 and the music was made 2018, 17, maybe before, do you update it for a maybe newer audience? Are there any changes that you make in your project?
Yes, I think for a creative person, it's non-ending. Like only when the deadline comes in, you finish it. I mean, we were tweaking the score even 2 weeks before, so that because there are 3 languages,
right?
And each language has a little flavor. The lyrics have changed, the dialogues are slightly changed. So it resonates with that culture, that state, Tamil and Telugu, and then Hindi. Right. And one of the songs, like Hamnawa, when we saw the first half, I felt like it'll having a beat will be nice. So I added a beat to that. I had a string arrangement, just so that everything has something new in the flow. Nothing feels stagnant.
Right. And if I talk to any actor, it must be a dream to be a part of Mr. Rahman's dream project. What was that? If I take you back when you got this opportunity, what was that like?
Absolutely. Like in the beginning, I wouldn't believe it. Like out of everyone would love to be in a film which is produced by Rahman sir. Music by Rahman sir, and he chose me, and it was like a dream come true. I couldn't have asked for a better debut than this.
Right, Mr. Rahman. Since you've written it, and it's about a musician as well, how much of you is in this character?
I'm completely different from this character, but I've learned from the internal struggles of a creative person. That is coming through an aspect from my life.
Right.
Suppose, if you have a soldier, he has to go fight for his motherland, and there is, life or death, and, victory or failure. So, but that is regarding life. But here, the humiliation or the self-esteem, it deals with many internal things which make you alive,
Right.
You've seen many people who have failed in an exam commit suicide, and here there is multiple folds of that humiliation if you don't deliver.
It's not a biographical thing, obviously, but real stories from what you saw around. Is it packed in this film?
Real experiences. You learn not the boring things, but you learn the most aspect of the crucial part of life, and then you implant that in the story.
Right.
And so that's one thing. I've been working from 82 as a musician, then as a jingle composer, then composer, then now I'm a writer now. Wow. And so there's so many things I've seen, other musicians' lives, and the social aspects of being a musician. And so these are the influences. And It's not just about a musician. Anybody can relate to this.
Okay. 82. Ehan, which year were you born?
92.
So that kind of experience you're talking about. And about this character, so he's a musician, and his father-in-law doesn't like music, and nor did his dad. Is that right? That's what I read. If you can correct me.
No story revealing.
No story revealing. Okay. Okay. Tell me about your character a little bit. Yeah. What do you think?
You can say like someone who's embarked on this journey to become a great musician in life. He wants to travel with the love of his life. He wants to perform in gigs, and she's an artist. So they are like they very well know they know the inner connection of their souls,
Right.
And somehow because of few barriers, they are.
Why are you telling the story to him?
I'm just telling him, sir, whatever is revealed in the trailer.
Too protective about this one. Right.
No, because the thing about the trailer is you try to make a very cliche impression of, this should be the story, but it's not that so.
Right. Right. Okay, so then let's leave it to you also. Like now that what can you add to what he said?
What about?
What can you add to what he said? He plays a musician. Who else is there in the movie?
No, actually, yeah. For me, I think we're all going through these two worlds. I come from now 3 worlds now. There's the old world and today's world and tomorrow's world.
Right.
In this character actually is struggling with the old world and the new world.
Okay.
And internal. So it's an interesting take on what the struggles are in life.
Right. So the title is really good. 99 songs. Where did that come from?
So the story came in when I was actually flying to LA from Chennai. I think that year of 2010 was very testing times for me.
Right.
My daughter had an open heart surgery. I mean, there was the Grammys. Then there was an accident on the show. So then we went through all these concerts, finished all the stuff, and I was very satisfying. In the end, I think around December, it was a very satisfying, cathartic moment, sitting on the flight and going back to LA, I think, or coming back, something.
Right.
So I said, okay, now it's like a fairy tale. My life is also like a fairy tale. Like we dodged all these bullets. And so at that time, I think the thought of like, what if we make a story about a fairy tale kind of a story where one guy has to write 100 songs to win this girl.
Wow. Okay.
And when we started, I did a Hollywood movie with DreamWorks called 100-Foot Journey.
Of course, right.
So I said 100 songs, 100-Foot Journey, what about it? Okay, let's make it 99. But it had a deeper meaning. It's not just like a
it doesn't
frivolous kind of thought. So once you see the movie, you'll understand. Because the trailer also says 100 songs.
Right. And, when you make a trailer, how tough it is because you're so attached to the project that we should not give everything away.
Yeah, I think we lived with it. We cut probably 5 to 6 trailers. Vishwesh cut 3 trailers. Then I tried to cut it with some editor. And then finally, one of my friends, Atli from South, he said, I saw the movie, some great moments. Why don't we cut a trailer like this?
Right.
So please go ahead. And then he brought his, editor. And so he did a cut, and then it went back to Vishwesh, who tweaked it a bit.
Yes.
And then we have this trailer. So this is something which everybody resonates to, which is fantastic.
Okay. And, this obviously required someone who has a keen interest in music, at least. Casting must have been a challenge, I can imagine. Have you always been fond of music?
Yeah, I mean, I always have been fond of music. I'm the guy who goes out of the house with his earpods and listens to music all the time. I sleep, like when I sleep, I listen to relaxing, chill kind of a music, and that's how I sleep. But then portraying a character, it was not just about listening music. It was about learning those instruments.
Right.
And that's when Rahman sir sent me to his conservatory in Chennai to learn music. So there I learned piano for a period of 1 year. Wow. And along with my friend Tenzin, who practiced on drums, and I was playing piano. So it kind of helped us a lot in our character, because when we went to the shoot, we had kind of done our homework. We were indulged in this musical world in that conservatory. We were talking to musicians every day. So it was this thing that I want to learn an instrument.
Right.
And I'm so lucky that I got to do that through this film.
Great, Ehan. When I saw the trailer, nobody can be better than you for this role. So congratulations, Mr. Rahman. Thank you so much for talking to me. And thank you both. I hope this does very well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.